Hello everyone. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Or good evening and afternoon also, if it is currently a different time for you, or if you are watching this on a different day. Shout out to the VOD watchers as always. Also, let me check the chat. Okay, hello, Diaz Buckleys. I hope I said your name right. If not, please feel free to correct me. But yeah, hello everyone. As you can see by the title, we are going to be back in the doo-doo save this morning, getting up to some work, getting some stuff done, because we are finally moving on to another world in the save. We are moving on to Nordhaven today. Woo! Round of applause, round of applause. So yeah, as I mentioned in, I guess, one of my videos earlier this week or last week, for this stream, I want to start off from like the very beginning. So basically, we're going to be doing all the nitty gritty when it comes to planning out this world and this part of the save. So you kind of see all the steps, all the processes or processes. I don't know what the plural is for process or if I even need to say the plural version. But anyway, you'll be seeing all the steps I take to, I guess, finish a world in a save file. So that could be kind of cool or it can be kind of boring depending on who you ask. But here we are. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, I think we're going to start off with the spreadsheet because that is how I usually start off stuff. A little bit of a lore drop. I actually didn't take the time to do a spreadsheet for Copperdale because honestly, I don't know. We got through it, but I feel like that world was just me kind of flying by the seat of my pants. But it turned out pretty good. But I want to get back on track, making sure we have everything organized, we have everything together. So we're actually going to be starting off with the spreadsheet this time. So that should be cool. What was I about to do? Okay. Yeah. Let me switch over to that. And also, let me pull up the wiki. Because if you're ever making a save file for The Sims 4 and you're trying to like build off the pre-existing stuff that's there, definitely tune into the wiki because the wiki is actually pretty clutch and always a good place to start when it comes to stuff like this. So let me go ahead and pull up the Nordhaven wiki. Wiki. All right. And now we can switch over and actually get started on some stuff. Hopefully I don't dox anything, as always. All right, so here we are. We have the Nordhaven wiki again. This is the world we're going to be working on today. If you don't know what Nordhaven is, or honestly, if you don't play The Sims and you happen to stumble across your stream, let me break it down for you. Nordhaven is one of the many worlds that comes with The Sims 4 expansion packs. So it is, I believe, like a Nordic-inspired world. I'm not exactly sure which world it's inspired by. So we're going to have to, or I mean which place. Which place is inspired by. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of research when we start looking for like inspo pics and stuff of how we want to do this world. But yeah, it's a world that came with The Sims 4 business and hobbies. And as you can see here, it is a world known for its up and running small businesses, hobby meetups, and sharing of knowledge. So that is something to consider when we start working on this world. I try to utilize the pack features that come with the pack in the worlds that I redo because I feel like it just makes sense. Again, the whole idea of doo-doo is it being kind of a, I guess, a luxury base save for you and I. So yeah, I want to make sure I don't stray too far from like the original idea that the Sims team had when they were making these worlds and how it would be utilized with the pack. So that is something to consider. Now, switching over to the, what do you call this? The Google Excel sheet. Yeah, so as you can see here, we have a lot of stuff at the bottom because as I said, when I started making doo-doo, I want to try to keep things organized. So usually when I go about making a world, I have 2 sheets for each world. So as you can see here, the first sheet for Nordhaven just focuses on the neighborhoods and the lots. So this is a good way for me to kind of organize things and just figure out like what I want to actually do when it comes to the building of this world. So when I do this, I list out the neighborhoods and then I list out the lots that come with each neighborhood and the lot type. and I have it separated from residential and community. So right now, I believe I entered all of the lots. I might have to put a few more in. Honestly, I'm so sorry about my pronunciation because I do not know how to pronounce this. Iverstad. I have to, I think, add 2 more lots for this one. But yeah, for the most part, these are the lots that are already included in Nordhaven. So as you can see here, we have the lot name, and then for community, we have the lot type and name. We're gonna have, ooh, excuse me, we're gonna have the cost of the lot. If it's a rental, we're gonna have how much rent it costs for each unit. And then I have if we have completed it or not. And as you can see, everything is in the red because we are just starting from the beginning. I also have if it's occupied and unoccupied because that's just something good to know. When it comes on building a world for a save, I don't want to fill it up too much because again, the idea is just to be a world or a save that you can just start up anytime you want to play the game. So I want to make sure there's some unoccupied lots in each of the worlds. So if you decide to move to one, you always have some space to move about and all those good things. But yeah, that is usually the first sheet of the world. And then we have the second sheet, which honestly, I have not set up yet. This is just a copy of the Willow Creek one. So you'll see some names that have nothing to do with Nordhaven. As you can see, the BFFs, Spencer Kim Lewis. But these consist of the households. So right here, we kind of have the index. Oh, well, it says index, so it's not kind of. We have the index, which kind of breaks down, I guess, the whole demographic of the world. We have the number of households, number of Sims, pets, the total amounts, which neighborhoods they stay in, which lots, and if I have finished with remaking them or making them if I'm making the townies from scratch. And then down here, it just goes into even more detail because this is a good way to kind of keep track of the lore and all the things I'm working on. Because if you don't know, Doodoo is a very lore heavy save file, so it's a lot of stuff to keep track. So I have their age, occupation, martial status, relationships, skills, degrees, blah 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 blah, and then also their household bio if they own anything and their amount of funds. And as you can see here, I kind of dropped the ball because I don't even have how much the household owns. So that's kind of a little rundown of the sheet. I don't know, I keep forgetting what it's called, of the Google Excel sheet or Google Sheets, whatever it's called, I don't know. But yeah, okay. So first things first, we got to start planning the neighborhood because I feel like once you kind of get that settled, then that's when you can start diving into the nitty gritty. So as I said before, these are all the lots that come with Gamelvik, if I said that right. I don't know. Again, if someone happens to know how to pronounce these names, please let me know. I do love to be informed. So yeah, we have all the lots here. And then I think for Iverstad, like I said, maybe there's one more lot that I'm missing for this. Let me go check and see. I just want to make sure I have everything down. So when we start planning stuff out, I'm like, oh wait, there's a lot I forgot about. And it's just easier to do it this way versus in the game because it already breaks down everything for you. As you can see, it tells you which type of lot it is, the value, lot size, all that good stuff. And you don't have to worry about like jumping back and forth between lots because everything is already here. So that's why I recommend looking at the wiki if you are making a save file. So the inked inlet, that's another one we need to add. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think that is just a residential, empty residential. The inked inlet. And that is unoccupied. All right, there we go. And lighthouse lookout. Okay, that's another one we need to add. Honestly, this is a pretty decent sized world. Like, I'm actually surprised. I feel like many of the recent worlds we've been getting, I don't know, they just don't feel this big. Or maybe I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm just talking and I don't know what I'm saying. You're like, actually, the worlds are a pretty decent size, and if that's the case, my bad. But I don't remember them being this big. Okay, lighthouse lookout. Oh, okay, that was in caps. Lighthouse lookout. And that is also unoccupied. Okay, so right off the bat, oh, okay, wait, let me fix this. Delete cells. Yeah, so right off the bat, we actually have a decent amount of unoccupied lots. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which isn't bad. And we have 4 that are occupied. So I'm thinking already that I at least want to leave 2 lots unoccupied. You know, and maybe we turn one of these lots into a residential rental for the rental version, obviously, because if you don't know, for Doo-Doo, we do have a rental version and a non-rental version. Also, Tangerina Ballerina. Wow, that's such a beautiful name. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Glad you can join us. But yeah, I think off the bat, I want to make one of these a residential rental. Or honestly, oh, I don't know. That's something to consider. Okay. But now, I think maybe we'll go into the game and have a look around just to kind of see the layout of everything. Oh wow, I didn't know it switched to the game like that. I thought I had to like actually switch to a scene. I did not know that. That's actually very funny. Okay. But yeah, let's go into Doo-Doo. Let's take a look around and just see like the actual Nordhaven in game. Get a better idea. Also, I gotta adjust my reshade because I was taking pictures last night for Scuffed, and as you can see, it's a little bit flat. So let's turn this back on. All right, there we go. Nordhaven. Here we are. Okay, so here's the map view of Nordhaven. We have Iverstad over here, originally the industrial district of the city. Iverstad has recently turned into a natural setting spot for ambitious and stylish Sims. Okay, so this sounds like the hipster part of the city, basically. Many of its old factories have been repurposed as living spaces. Okay, that's something else to note. And extensive terrains have recently been made available for new development. Cross the bridge to the central island to check out its hobby meetups and meet the young community of this growing neighborhood. Just maybe steer clear of that one dark alley. They say a shady character hangs out there at night. Alright, so yeah, already this sounds like it's going to be the hipster place of the city. Also, sorry if you can hear my sister snoring. She did fall asleep beside me. And then we have Gamelvik over here. Take a walk down the historic streets of Gamelvik and immerse yourself in the culture of Nordhaven's oldest district. Locals here like to take it slow, travel to work on their vintage bikes, and take long strolls by the old canals at night. Check out the central square for its hobby meetups and markets, or visit a lounge for a warm night of music. Okay, so I think based off this, maybe we do residential rentals, like one in each neighborhood, because for this one I feel like it makes sense to do some, I don't know if you call it row houses, right? Okay, I need to look up what this world is inspired by, because my mind is immediately going to Amsterdam. So I want to do like those row houses that you can usually find there along the canals and stuff, especially since this is supposed to be like the older district of Nordhaven. And then over here we can do kind of, I guess, like a factory setup, maybe a factory that was converted into some cool lofts or something. Since again, this is supposed to be like the hipster area of Nordhaven, and we already have some industrial looking builds going on around here. So maybe that will be the case. And then we also have to think about community lots, because yeah, you want your Sims to be able to do stuff. And for me personally, when it comes to playing the game, I prefer to stay in the world that my Sims are in. I don't like to venture out and, let's say, if I'm in Nordhaven, travel all the way to Oasis Springs. So it's really important to me that we have some stuff for the Sims to do. We already have a lounge, which we can keep. We have a museum, which, I guess we can keep that too. But I don't know what type of museum this is. We're gonna have to look into that. I'm trying to think what other cool lot type would be something we should put down. Okay, this is a cafe, so we'll keep that in mind. They have a pottery shop, and then we have a tattoo parlor. What other kind of community lot might we put down in Nordhaven? Nordhaven. I'm trying to even remember what kind of community lots we have in the first place. I don't know. I was gonna say art, like an art studio, but I'm thinking already that I don't know if this is already an art place, but we might make this into an art center instead, because we get a little bit more use out of that. And honestly, maybe we make a marketplace, so that lot type from what is it called? The eco lifestyle, that could be something. Museums are kind of boring in The Sims, sadly. Yeah, that's why I was thinking instead of keeping it as a museum, we'll probably just make it into an art center. Because technically an art center is just like an art gallery, but then you have like all the other stuff you can do. You can have a bar there. You can have your Sims come and like paint and work on art related activities. So it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit more useful than a museum. So I'm thinking already we'll probably change this to an art center. So yeah, another idea is maybe make a marketplace, or I don't know. We could do a restaurant too, because I feel like, okay, no matter how you feel, yeah, restaurants are kind of buggy, but they are pretty fun to play. So we could create a restaurant. We have options. That's all I'm saying. We have options. Okay. But yeah, let's switch back over. Oops, okay. Yeah, I just need to switch through the thingamajig. I don't want to dox myself. Okay, so let's see. Iverstad. We're making one of these lots a rental for sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and type down rental so I can remember. Rental. And then we're going to turn this museum into an art center, because I think that's just the way to go. Since it already kind of sounds like it's an art gallery of some sorts to begin with. So art center. And then over here also, maybe we have a marketplace. Again, if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. But I'm thinking marketplace slash, and by slash I mean or a restaurant. There's a few other things we consider. Maybe like a spa, but I don't know. Or actually a gym. This place doesn't have a gym. So that's something we should consider as well. If we can do... You alright? Or maybe we could do some type of multi-purpose lot to fit in a gym somewhere. Because again, I don't want you to have to travel all the way to Oasis Springs just to have to work out. Or if not a gym, at least like a yoga studio of some type. So we'll add that too and see. Gym. All right. And then as far as, let's see, one of these will be a rental as well. There we go. So yeah, we'll have 2 rental units or rental lots in the rental version of Nordhaven. And then, yeah, for the non-rental version, I guess we'll just make it into a regular residential lot. That sounds good, I think. Okay. Do you have a roller skating rink in any of your worlds yet? If you don't have many, it might fit the vibe. Like maybe a roller skating rink that's also like an arcade. I don't think I've ever made a roller skating rink. So roller skating rink slash arcade. Okay, that could be something we definitely entertain. Oh wait, I meant to put this over here. I didn't want it to be over here. Okay. We definitely have the room to do so because we have 3 unoccupied lots in this neighborhood. So we can go for maybe a rink arcade. We always need fun things to do. Okay, I'll put that down as an idea. Thank you so much. I guess that would just be ran as a bar. Or honestly, we could do it as a restaurant too, depending on what we want. Okay, and now we need to figure out what is Nordhaven inspired by. Usually they have it in the trivia. Okay, Nordhaven is mostly based on Scandinavian harbor cities. The architecture in Gammelvik is inspired by Gamlestan. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. I'm so sorry. Stockholm, Sweden. Train station in Iverstad is based on the western entrance of Gothenburg Central Station in Sweden. Mermaid statue in Iverstad is likely inspired by the Little Mermaid statue in Copenhagen. Okay, so seems like we need to be focused on Sweden, specifically Stockholm, Sweden. Okay, so yeah, I guess we're looking at Stockholm. Trying to see what we have there. Gamlestan. I'm so sorry. Does it tell me how to pronounce this? I still don't know how to pronounce this. It's fine. Town between the bridges. It's the old town of Stockholm, Sweden. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see this being the inspiration. Very cute, very cute. All right. And I think they said this was inspo for Gammelvik? Or just in general? Architecture in Gammelvik. Okay, yeah, Gammelvik. Wait, which one is Gammelvik again? We'll check later. But anyway, now that we kind of have an idea and we already start to plan out some of the lots, the next step I would usually take is to go to Pinterest and to start gathering some inspo pics for what we're planning on doing in Nordhaven. So first off, let's go over there and we'll look up some Gamlestan. Again, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry for the pronunciation. Okay, let's go to Pinterest. Let's see what we come up with. Ooh, that was gross. That wasn't me, by the way. Okay. Wow, that's very beautiful. I feel like Sweden is definitely one of those places that I want to travel to one day. But I've heard it's so expensive, like it's ridiculously expensive. So I don't know when I would ever have the chance to visit. Okay, let's see. Which one is this? Do I save it in here? I can't remember. Okay, yeah. This is the right one. If you go with the roller skating rink arcade idea, it might work as a recreation center. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot we even had that lot type. Okay. Definitely keep that in mind. Now this, I feel like this would be cool as one of the residential lots. Something like this. Very narrow, very tall. I don't know how we would fit in the units. I'm guessing like each one would just be one unit and you just have stairs to go to each part, you know? Like the kitchen on one floor, living room on the next, and then like the bedrooms. But this would be pretty cool. So we'll definitely save something like this to our inspo board. Okay. Also, I hope most of these pictures are actually of, okay, yeah, of Old Town and not AI as well. So a lot of nice little alleyways and cafe streets going on here. Very nice indeed. We're not only just saving like buildings and stuff, but we're also saving for the vibes, for the atmosphere. We want to try to recreate that if we can. Give the world a bit more personality. Ooh, wait a minute, that's very pretty. Oh, I wonder, do we already have a green space? Because when I was looking earlier, I know one of the families, they have a park that's like a small business. So I guess maybe we can do some fixing to make it a bit more parkish. Because when I was looking at the picture of their home, it just, I don't know what was going on. It says it's a park, but I don't know if it's one of those, like, I forgot what you call it. Like eco parks? Is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it isn't. But we definitely need some green space going on. What else do we have here? I'm American, but these pictures kind of remind me of my town. Wait a minute. What kind of town do you live in? That's pretty cool. But honestly, there are some parts of America where it does feel like a small European country. So I can't believe that, but it's still kind of crazy. Because in my town, matter of fact, in my state, I'm pretty sure we have nothing like this. Absolutely nothing, which is kind of disappointing. Okay, these pictures aren't loading, which is kind of annoying. And now we're getting into Norway. But I feel like, would this kind of work? Or maybe it's too, like, harbor-ish, if that makes sense. So maybe we don't venture that way. Some cute little alleyways going on here. Add that to the board. Yeah, even though I started off this video or the stream by saying that Nordhaven is pretty big, now that we're going through and like getting some images and stuff, I kind of wish, also that was my stomach, sorry if you heard it, kind of wish this world was slightly bigger and it did include a countryside, because that would have been very fun to try to work on as well. At least I think. Okay, how about just regular Stockholm, or not regular, but I guess more central Stockholm. See what we have there. Very nice, very nice. Okay, I feel like this is a good start so far. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. Let's go to the doo-doo board and take a look at what we have. Please don't dox anything. Okay. Let's see what we have for Nordhaven. It's just the colorful row houses that are similar. I literally live in a bright pink apartment. That's so cute and so fun. I love it so much. Yeah, I would love it too. It's better than, okay, wait, some brick, like all brick apartments are pretty nice. but I would like to have some color on the exterior. So that is very cool. All right. This is what we have so far when it comes to our Nordhaven board. I feel like this is a good start. I have to start doing some building first so I can get a better idea. I have to actually step place into some of the lots before I feel like I could add on more and before I have a clear idea of what I want to do. But this is a good starting point. Okay. So yeah, with that being said, I feel like maybe we can go ahead and start doing a little bit of building. Go ahead and get our feet wet. So yeah, let's go ahead and break ground. Let me switch back over. There we go. Also, the stream is still running well. Okay. All right, here we are. And we're most definitely going to start off, I think, over here in Gamelvik. Gamelvik. I think that's a good place to start. Ah, man. I feel so calm this stream compared to last night. It's just very cozy already. And I guess because I'm just planning, it's a bit less stressful. But now it's probably about to get a little crazy because we're actually in the building part. Also, something is glowing. I'm guessing that has something to do with the meetups over there. Okay, but yeah, this is very nice. Such a beautiful world. One thing you have to give the Sims team credit for is they do know how to set dress most of the time. Okay, sometimes the buildings in the background look a bit questionable, but right now this doesn't look too bad. This actually looks very nice. Okay, let me make sure I'm building the right way. All right, yeah, we're starting off from here, and let me go ahead and start building, I guess. Pull up the reference images so I have an idea of what the heck we're about to get into. We're going to start off with a rental, because rentals are always fun to do. And I feel like this rental would definitely set the tone of what we're trying to do too, hopefully. Hopefully it goes well, you know. I'm going to go with that one that we saw earlier, of just all the tall, slim apartments or townhouses kind of just stacked up against each other. What are you going to build here? We're going to build the rentals. So basically we're going to build it similar to the ones you see back here. The ones we saw in the picture. Because I think this is the easiest kind of lot to start off with. Okay, this should be a pretty decent size for this one. And then, or maybe I'll bring it back some. I'm thinking maybe we can fit in 5 units, possibly. We'll see. Because like I said, some of them, it's just going to be a room on each floor, given how small it is. Because we have to factor in stairs and stuff like that. I have an idea to start off. Maybe change the grass to stone to match the rest of the world. It's very true. It's very true, because now that you said that, I noticed that there isn't any grass on this lot. Okay. I'll do that in just a minute. Also, how high are these? Because I don't want to make them too high. Okay, most of the builds around here are 3 to 2 stories. So we'll just keep it like this. Okay. And let's go ahead and change over the grass to stone. Do we even have a stone that matches? Probably not, because for some reason this game hates to give us flooring or terrain that matches the ones off lot. Let's see. We probably have something close to it though, hopefully. Hopefully. Let's see. I don't know about this one. That doesn't really match. That doesn't match either. That was the same one I used. Maybe this one? I mean, that kind of works. We'll just go with it for now. Alright, there we go. Let me finish building out the structure for this. These look a bit thinner, but I don't know if we can make it that thin. Like in the picture, it's about this size, I would say. That's kind of crazy. I don't know, maybe we can try it. It'd be fun to see. But at the same time, even if we do succeed, I feel like this would be a pain to play in. We also have to think about that. But we'll try it for now. We'll try it and we'll see how it goes. Okay, then we can add this one over here. And off to the side, I don't know, honestly, maybe we can add another building and that can be like a laundry space or something. I don't know, maybe we'll see. Okay. Also, I don't know if I gave this warning before, but I am currently at my mom's place because my internet at home is very shoddy and dodgy and I just can't stream on it. So if you hear any noise in the background, please don't mind it. Also, I might have to randomly mute every now and then because again, it's just a noisy house sometimes. But if you've watched the stream before, then hopefully you're used to it because, you know, back at home, it's also kind of noisy. So, yeah. I just felt like I need to give that warning. Also, I know we can't really see with this reshade. Matter of fact, let me turn off. Do I have it on? I feel like we can turn it off for a bit. That didn't really help. Okay. But maybe it's a bit better. Veer, hello, hello. Good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. You've just joined us for, honestly, a pretty chill stream. We're working on a save file, doing some building in Nordhaven. Currently working on some rentals. I kind of want to make this smaller, a bit skinnier. It was just looking a little too chunky for me, if I do say so. Something like that. But I do not know if I'm going to stick with this wallpaper. Maybe this would be better. I mentioned this before, but I feel like texture really matters when you're building. I found that to be true, especially nowadays. Like there's some builds where I'm like, this looks terrible. But it's mostly due to the wallpaper, because some wallpaper in this game, specifically like vanilla game, or yeah, when you're not playing with CC, it just looks so EA, if that makes sense. Like it's not the vibes. So you really have to be careful with what you pick. Also, my AC just kicked in, so don't mind that. Maybe we do brick on this one? Or a red brick. This is like my favorite brick in the game. Pretty goated. And then we need one more. We could go for a colorful brick, but I don't know if we have it. Ooh, wait a minute. This red is really nice. I feel like if I did it though, it'd mostly be on this one. Wait a minute. Most of the places around here don't even have brick. So now I kind of don't want to use that brick. Maybe we go with this pink. I kind of want to do a pink that's similar to this one over here. Or maybe red. I don't know. Did we have any wallpapers that came with Nordhaven? I feel like I don't see any. I don't know which one they're using. We have this red. That could be fun. But I really kind of want that pink. I feel like that would be the vibes. If you want, you can use the wall paint from Business and Hobbies pack on some of them. So you can use the roof things that were in the picture. Oh, okay, so it's in wall paint? Okay, let me see if I can find it. Oh, okay, here it is. Oh, thank you so much, because I had no idea where any of that stuff was. Trying to think. I do really want to use this brick though, so maybe I use this brick over here and I just make this pink. And then you said wall things, so let me find where that is, because I don't know. This is my first time really building with the stuff we got from Nordhaven, so a lot of stuff I don't know. Very cool. Very cool. We actually do have the pieces. But it doesn't line up, which is kind of annoying. I feel like that's a bit of an oversight. Oh, now I get what you're saying. Wow, this really does line up with what we're doing. I mean, it lines up with what we're doing color-wise, but it doesn't actually line up with the building, which I still stand by as being very annoying. But we could probably tool it up a bit, so it's fine. It's fine. Okay. That's pretty fun. Trying to think if we should do it all around. Or maybe just on these three in the middle. And on the side, we can just have a roof and some, what do you call it? Dormers? I think that's the word we're looking for. Okay, and then let me change the color for this, so it actually matches up. Okay. Oh, but we don't have blue. That's pretty disappointing. Okay, I guess we'll go with yellow then. That's fine. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and then as far as the roof goes, I guess we will go with, what is it called? The simple gable roof. Something like this. Bring in these sides a bit. Very nice. Oh wait, we can bring this out some. I don't know why this is so short. But now I'm starting to think, because like I said, we have the rental and non-rental version. So for the non-rental version, I mean, usually what I would do is I would just, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I would just turn the residential rental into just a residential lot and be like, you know what? We'll just pretend the other lots are just not there. I don't know. But this is too big to do that for. So we might just add in I guess delete some of these buildings and add in the debug buildings. I think that could be a solution. I'm trying to think ahead so when we get to that point, I know what to do. OMG, wait, before I forget, did you share the casino you were working on a while ago anywhere? Turning Oasis Spring into Vegas right now. Ooh, and I could really use one that's already functional. I have not shared it, but I can definitely share it because it's pretty much done. So, yeah, I'll be happy to upload that. I can get to it tonight. Nah, for sure. I don't mind because it's already done. And honestly, it doesn't use that much CC. So it wouldn't be a pain to share. Yeah, speaking of sharing builds, I really need to get on to sharing builds. Because there are a lot of builds that I do plan on sharing. I'm just lazy sometimes. I don't really have an excuse. Yeah, I got you. I'm honored to have you use one of my builds. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I meant to scale it up. Alright, there we go. Now it's matching. Oh my gosh, Bambi, hello. Long time no see. How are you? Hope you're having a good morning. Honestly, I feel like I've already been streaming for like 5 hours. Does anyone else feel that way? I just looked at the time and I was like, wow. I've only been going for 2 hours. Okay, and then for this part over here, I kind of have that thingamajig going on with the roof. I don't know how else to describe it, so I'm just gonna stick with thingamajig. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It's like this on both sides, so we'll do that too. There we go. Honestly, what always makes me too lazy to share stuff is having to take preview screenshots. That, because first off, I'm not the best at taking screenshots of builds. Like, that's also why I don't really post a lot of builds on Tumblr anymore. Especially if it's like vanilla builds, is because I feel like my screenshots turn out so ugly. Secondly, I just get lazy in listing out all the CC. And most of the time I don't want to, but I know there's some creators out there who would be very, I don't know. And honestly, I don't have time for that because it's The Sims, you know. I'm not about to get into beef with someone over some pixels, but yeah, that's another reason why I just get too lazy sometimes to share stuff. Finally caught a Twitch stream. What I'm doing well. Or, wait, I read that wrong. Woo, I'm doing well. Just overwhelmed getting my kids ready for school on Monday. So this is my me time. Okay. Well, hopefully, you know, you get through everything you need to do. But yeah, enjoy your me time. That's important time, you know. You gotta take that time for yourself. Relax, take it easy whenever you can. But I'm glad to have you here. Ooh, these are nice roof pieces. Okay, this is looking good so far. Looking very good. And then I think for this one over here, we're gonna do the other thingamajig. Where we do it on this side instead. It might look a little bit weird though, because it's not... The wall piece is a little higher. Okay, there we go. Something like this. Also, why is the building shaking so much? That was weird. Maybe it's my reshade. It's very easy to blame stuff on the reshade instead of taking responsibility myself. Okay. Something like this. May I ask what we are building today? You may. We're currently building a rental for Nordhaven because we're working on that for our doo-doo save file. So yeah, it's currently what we're building. We started off the stream doing some planning and getting some stuff together, figuring out how we're going to actually go about doing this world. But now that that's kind of out of the way, we've moved on to building our first lot. Kind of looks weird from the back because, yeah, I might have to bring this in some. Or, wait a minute, I don't have to bring it all the way in. Just bring it one in and bring that one out. Maybe? That could be fine. Something like this. Yeah, that's a bit better. Maybe make a floor plan for every building, but if you don't want to, don't furnish all of them. It will allow you to go in and furnish it later with the Sims you want to move in. That's what I normally do at residential rentals. That's what I do at residential rentals too, but I was more so talking about the non-rental version. Because for the non-rental version, this lot, it would just be a residential lot. Because I want to give people the option to download a save without rentals. Because as you guys know, there's been a lot of mess going on with like save file corruption. And some people just don't feel comfortable having rentals in their game for that reason. They're afraid, you know, it might encourage corruption. So for this version, for the non-rental version, I won't have these lots set as residential rentals. But since it's not set as residential rentals, I don't want to clog up the lot with a lot of, you know, unusable buildings, if that makes sense. So that's why I was considering, well, we'll keep it this way for the rental version, but for the non-rental version, I might just knock down some of the buildings and we'll just take like some of these debug buildings out here and like put it in its place. So you still get kind of that effect of it being, I don't know, just like a crowded space of townhouses, but in actuality, it's just two functional buildings, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does, because I don't know how else to word it. Okay. Why is that not really lining up here? Oh wait, I might have it too high. Or maybe not? Huh? That does not make any sense. I don't know what's going on. It's not lining up how I need it to line up. I've never had that happen before. Good morning, Maya. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I don't know why the roof is doing that. And it's very annoying. Because usually I can just do this, no problem. I've done this roof like a million times before. Oh! Why did it do that? Okay, never mind, we're good. For some reason, my game just went into like tab mode or something. I don't know. It did something weird. I thought it crashed. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and save. Let me save. I hope you're well too. I'm still alright, honestly. But I'm having a pretty good time right now. Pretty relaxed, pretty just easygoing, chill stream. Try holding Alt key when moving the pieces. Like the roof pieces. I tried doing that, but it still doesn't line up. I just might, I don't know. We'll just try something else. Because I don't want to become annoyed with this when I don't have to. So instead, we'll just do something like this with this roof over here. I guess, I don't know. We'll do something. Anything. I just want to move on from this. So that was my stomach. I didn't eat any breakfast. We'll just do that for now. I'll fix it up later. I don't really care anymore. Kind of over the roof. But yeah, we're building some rentals for Nordhaven. That's what we're currently working on. Why did some pieces like actually glitch through like that? Oh, because it's not actually up here. That's why. There we go. All right, we have our base. Ooh, we did it. We did it. Progress, progress. We can start putting some windows down. So yeah, if you don't know, we're currently in Gammelvik, which is apparently like the old town, I guess. Inspired by Old Town in Stockholm, Sweden. So I want to try to keep the vibes of what we have going on in the surrounding area over here. Hence is why we're going for this, I guess, a bit more, I don't know, would this be traditional or like classic style when it comes to these residential rentals? Then meanwhile, in, I believe, Iverstad, we're going to try to make some factory apartments. That will be our move over there because that's more like the hipster, gentrified type of area. Let's see, where are the windows? Okay, we can go with these. Something like that. Looks interesting in a good way. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the clarification, but I got what you meant. Ooh, these windows are kind of nice. I wish they were slightly smaller though. They kind of line up with these. But it's fine. It's whatever. Something like that, maybe. Oh, we also have these. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe we go with these instead. Like I said, this is my first time building in Nordhaven. Or building with the stuff from Nordhaven, should I say. I like that. It looks really good already. Thank you, thank you. That's so cute. Nordhaven intimidates me because it's not my build style at all, but you're making it look so easy. The reason I'm making it look so easy is because, as always, I'm just going off of reference images. I cannot build off the dome, guys. So if you have something to guide you, I feel like it just makes everything easier. Because if I didn't, me and my sister, okay, it's kind of a tangent, but not really, because it's kind of relevant to what I'm talking about. But me and my sister, the other day, we were watching Ink Masters, and they had a challenge where they had to tattoo someone without a stencil and without a reference image. And I couldn't help but think how insane that is. I mean, if you're a talented tattooer, it's probably something you should know how to do. But yeah, I feel like doing anything without any sort of guide or reference is very hard. So that is why I usually go that way. And I think it just makes things much easier for me. And that's why the building process seems so smooth, because I have something to help guide me Versus if I didn't, you'll probably be like, wow, this looks like such a struggle. Because it definitely would be. Definitely would be. If I didn't have any type of guide. I like that. I feel like these walls, they feel really tall. Oh, because this is a medium wall. That's why. Yeah, I was like, something feels off here. And that is the reason why. Okay, that's fine. We can keep it medium. I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. But should I consider making these medium as well? Maybe. They couldn't even draw the tattoo on them first, like with Sharpie. Oh yeah, they could. They could. They could draw it, but, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's really hard to draw freehand, you know, or at least I feel like it is, especially when I did used to draw pretty often. Stenciling, oops, excuse me, I suppose my stomach. Stenciling, I don't know, it's just such an easier process because, okay, granted, you still have to draw the stencil and stuff, but you know, once you have it all figured out and then you have to do it on the body, it's easier versus drawing freehanded on a body that has a lot of, I don't know, bumps and flab and stuff like that, I guess. But imagine if like they couldn't draw with a Sharpie. They just had to immediately start tattooing them. That would be kind of insane. And honestly very stressful. Did I? Yeah, I did switch this. I don't know if I want to have this be medium wall height. I don't know if I feel like this is necessary. Let me go see what other windows do we have in medium height that came from this pack. Or do we have any? We have these. So I guess that's something. We can go with this maybe. I'm just playing around. I don't know if I'm actually going to use these windows. Because I do really like the look of these. It's just, I wish they were slightly longer, if that makes sense. These might go better over here. A lot of decisions, Gotta get that right. Let's try. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It doesn't look right on this one either. These over here, I think these are just small wall height. We tried. I don't know. We'll just keep it small. We'll just keep it small. I need to do everything else. It's fine. Maybe. Oh wait, these are not small. These are medium height. Because I changed it to medium, right? Honestly, I don't know anymore. I'm very confused at the moment. I have no idea what's going on. No idea at all. And we can try to add a bit of color to these over here. That could be nice. Color doesn't really match up though. They don't have this in green, which is interesting. Oh, they have it in this one though. If we go for something like this, and then we put the window down here. It kind of matches with the frame. I don't know. I feel like making the floor plan for this place is going to be very, very interesting process. I'm kind of not looking forward to it, to be honest, because yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. Hopefully it goes well. Ooh, wait, this door is kind of cool. It feels a bit too modern though for this area. Maybe the blue windows would look nice on this one. This kind of blue or this one. Kind of good with that. Or are you talking about these blue windows? Anyway, not too shabby, not too shabby. I kind of want to have the window frame color line up with the door color. I just like the thought of that. Okay, that's fine. And then maybe we have this door be centered. I don't know, actually. I don't really like the idea of that. Not really a fan. On the yellow one, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, I do like that. It adds a little bit of intrigue, I guess you can say. And then, let's see, more windows, more windows. Could play around with some other type of windows. We don't have to stick strictly to what we got from Business and Hobbies, because these could also work pretty nicely. And I think we have another, yeah, we have these that also go with it, the Discover University windows. This looks very nice. What other swatches can we use? Ooh, actually I kind of like, I like the idea of the dark brown on the pink. That seems pretty nice. Like this. Yeah, I like that actually. I like that a lot. Okay, okay. We can go with this. Nice, nice, very nice. It's not looking too bad so far. This is a good place to start. And then once we start adding all like the little extra details and stuff, I think these are gonna look really nice, if I do say so myself. Very nice indeed. And maybe we continue the windows down here. I think that is fine. Or we can make it like a store shop. Because, okay, in the base, or not the base game, the vanilla version of this game, if you have a rental, you can kind of do some stuff, given that we have like, you know, the common space feature. So you could have like a bar or some type of like food stand where your sim, if they're into cooking, you can get that little food table from Home Chef Hustle and have them like serve food to people, like they own this. But if you do play with mods, I believe it's lot 51. Oh my gosh, my stomach is growling so bad. I should have ate breakfast. But if you have that mod by lot 51, they have traits that you can put on the lot for rentals. So they have one for like cafes, one for like bars, I think one for just like fun things. So Sims will spawn at the lot like they would for a community lot. So you can actually have like little stores and stuff underneath here. So yeah, I brought that up because I was considering making maybe like a little storefront under here or something that feels like a storefront, even though it wouldn't be completely functional. But if you ever played with this and you had those mods, you can definitely make it work. We can make it work here too. It's just like I said, it won't work the way we want it to work. random, but this build reminds me of a Neapolitan ice cream, but with pistachio. No, I feel that. I feel that. I definitely feel that. It's funny that you mention that, because sometimes I also associate like builds and stuff with food. But I totally get you. I totally get you, Maya. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like the idea of that. This could be some type of storefront underneath here. Okay, and now for this side, how should we do the windows? What are these windows over here? Do we have this in game, or is this just for this build? Because those actually aren't bad windows. Let's see, what are our options? I think we don't have those in game, which is unfortunate. I hate when the Sims team give us things that we actually can't have. Like that whole, what was it? The loft kit, that whole debacle where they had the window in the thumbnail and they didn't put it in the actual kit. Sims team, you're so funny sometimes. This is a pretty nice window. I like this. That could be pretty nice. Yeah. Are you going to add the door to the brick building? Yeah, I just wasn't sure if I was going to keep like these windows and stuff down here. I was going to go back to that in a minute. I just didn't feel like thinking about it, if that makes sense. We could go for the dark windows. I don't know. You guys like the dark windows, or should we just stick with white windows? Because I could go either way. I don't really have an opinion at the moment. I guess since I don't know, I'll just go back to this one. Let's see what kind of door we can use. Go with that. A coffee look, if you will. We might have those windows, maybe sort by the pack. Okay, I can sort by the pack. But something's telling me we definitely don't have those windows. I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like we don't. Oh wait, you're right, we do. Wow, I'm so sorry, Sims team. I was too busy trashing you, and you actually did right. You actually gave us these windows. My bad. Thank you so much for that, Tangerina Ballerina. I think the dark windows are cuter. I like the dark windows. Okay, let's see if we have a dark swatch. And these, we only have like the frame that's dark, which I guess is fine. I can go with this. And it should be up here, I believe. Okay. Let's bring this window down here. It's not really the same color though. Don't know about that. Well, you get the mix of light and dark with those. Win-win. Win-win indeed. Win-win indeed. Okay. Which door do we go for this one? Maybe we go for a smaller door. I just hate using small doors on medium wall heights because it just throws off things sometimes. Sometimes you can make it work, especially if you kind of like mask the area around it. But other times you're just like, yeah, this door doesn't fit. It's just too small. But maybe I'll add some vines and stuff and try to make it work. I won't cross it out just yet. Oh my gosh, my stomach. Well, people usually say they can't hear it, but I can't help but complain about it because I just get nervous. That's way too big. We cannot do that. I don't know why I keep grabbing it. We don't have the right window for this. I don't want to use the windows at the top because, I don't know, I feel like they kind of looked weird down here, if that makes sense. But we might just have to. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. Maybe these windows look better on the side, like how it is for the other building. They kind of look weird for me in the front. And instead I might just rip this building off completely and just use these windows instead. Let me do that. A lot of I don't knows, because I really don't know. Your human stomach rumbles are normal. If we can hear it, best believe we understand. I mean, that is true. Like, everyone's stomach rumbles. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's just such an awkward thing to happen. I even feel that way in real life. I remember back when I was in school still, and, you know, we would be taking tests, or it would be just quiet time or whatever. I would always hate when my stomach would rumble, because it's just so loud. And you know for sure other people are hearing it and they're like, dang, she must be hungry. Because I think that sometimes when I hear other people's stomach rumbling. So that's why I can't help but be self-conscious about it. You know? I just can't help it. It happens to everyone, but I don't want it to happen to me. If that makes sense. Okay. Now we can go ahead and start putting some stuff. I'm definitely going to go back and like play around with this a bit more because I don't know, it just, maybe once we start doing stuff, but right now I don't like how that looks. I do not like it at all. Excuse me. We'll leave this one maybe in the middle, like this. It's gonna clip through though. So I'll probably have to alt place it a bit closer to the street. And yeah. Maybe the small arch windows at the top. The small arch windows at the top. At the top of this one? Like the dormers? Because I was thinking about that before. Oh yeah, we do have some. Nice, nice. Whoa, wait a minute. These are really nice, actually. Way to go, Sims team. You can try to fit into, but I feel like one looks better. Like this. And then we'll put some more on the side later. Alright. That looks pretty nice so far. Oh, my mouse. Very nice, very fun. All those good things. Okay. And I guess we can start adding in some of the details. forgot how to put a floor here before I can add the trim, which is kind of annoying. Wish we didn't have to do that every time. There's probably a way or something you can do so you don't have to do it every time, but I don't know how to do it. So here we are. Okay. A bit. I think the trim will help it a little bit more. I meant like adding the windows on the greenhouse on the top floor of the red house. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. My bad. We can definitely try that. Like this. Yeah, that does help. That does help. I don't know. I feel like it's just these windows, they feel so huge. Maybe we go for the all brown frame. We could stick with this one, but I don't know. Also, it could definitely be this door, because like I said, sometimes using a small door on a taller wall height just looks weird. Okay. Oh yeah, as well as adding the trim. Oh. Okay, I gotta shift it then. Yeah. Do we not have a trim that comes with this? Let me see. How does this look up here? It doesn't look terrible. Why is it so hard to place it? Okay, there we go. Or maybe it looks better without. Maybe this one can go without the trim, but I feel like we definitely need a trim on these. So we'll keep it there. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Alright. And then we can start adding some like awnings and stuff. Some interesting tidbits and stuff like that. I really like these awnings, but I try not to use them too much because I know not everyone has the bistro kit. But I think I'm going to use it just this one time because it looks really nice right here. You know? I think that's very cute. Or we can use it over here instead. Ooh, wait a minute. That's actually kind of nice. Maybe this can be someone's bakery. That would be very cute. That would be amazing, actually. This pink? No, let's go with this one. Or is this a pink? What color is this? I don't know, but I like it. We'll stick with that one. And we can possibly add some ivy over here. This one's very whimsical. Very fun. That could be the move. And we'll layer it a bit. Because it's kind of thin. Something like that. Maybe. I'm just seeing what sticks. I kind of like that. Maybe. I don't know yet though. I don't know. I'm not I like the idea, but I don't know if that's what we're actually going for or what I want to go for. I don't know. Maybe we'll try some flower boxes. That could be the move. Ooh, yeah, that looks pretty. Let's go with these. We want to make the street look very, I don't know, very charming, I guess you could say. That's the word we're probably looking for. Because that's kind of what I think of when I think of this type of area. Just something very charming. You just want to take a lot of pictures every time you walk past. So I definitely want that to be the vibe here. Maybe we put an awning over here. Okay, we're going to have to fix that though so it's not glitching like crazy. Okay. And slightly over this way. And tat up. Alright, there we go. Oh, I hit my finger. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks good. We can have some of these. I forgot what they're called. Yeah, drain pipe. That's the word I was looking for. Running down the front. Very nice, very nice. Maybe do some over here as well. In the middle of the building. This is where the build really comes alive. When you start adding all, like, the little details and things of that nature. It can be a bit tedious. I was about to say something else. Yeah, it could definitely be a bit tedious, but I think it's worth it in the long run. Because it adds a lot of character. Same with adding, like, those little stains and stuff from For Rent. It really helps out. Also, we might can't put it here because we can't put anything on top of this since this is also just like a decor piece. Just fine. That's fine. Maybe we'll just keep it on the side of the building instead. Like that. Okay. And is there anything else that I want to add? Do I move these windows up some? Yeah, I think so. I think we do keep those windows up like that. Okay. And let's keep going. I want to put down some like tables and umbrellas and stuff. I feel like, I don't know, there's just always umbrellas and tables and places to sit when you're walking around. So we can do something like this right here. And we might do a little bit of tulle. I might put another table a bit farther out. We could put actual tables. Actually, that might be better. I was just gonna do the like debug tables, but it would be kind of nice to have your Sims actually be able to sit out here. So I think I'll go with that instead. Even though I do really like the look of the other tables. Cause this table, I don't know, I don't prefer this one. That's kind of our only option. I don't want to go for a glass table. And this one, it looks too, I don't know. This looks too bistro-y, like something you would find outside of an actual restaurant versus just in a public space. So yeah, we'll just go with that for now. That's one thing I really loved when I was traveling through Europe, was just how you can literally walk anywhere and there's just somewhere to sit. That's so nice. I really wish the US was like that. I mean, in the city, you can kind of find that, but even then, it's like, I don't know. It seems like the way the US is set up is mostly for you to just go somewhere versus just enjoying where you're at in the moment, if that makes sense. That's how I feel. I really wish it was more walkable and more, I don't know, pedestrian friendly in that sense. Okay, yeah, we'll go with this table. Maybe 4 chairs is too much. We might just go with 2. Can we move this over? We can, just a little bit. And yeah, I'll take out one of these chairs. And we can put it right here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's nice. But honestly, now that we did that, I feel like we have to move this tree. Because not only is this table blocking it, but the tree is blocking the door to this apartment. And that's kind of annoying. Unless we move it slightly to the side. Like this, over here. So you can kind of get through now. That's a bit better. A bench in front of the pink building would be cute. Oh yeah, we definitely have space for that. What kind of bench do I want to use? I kind of like this one. Or we can go with this. And I think what we'll do, we'll add a little flower box right behind it. I think we have some good debug ones we can use. Can't remember where they're at though. Maybe they're actually in the landscaping section. Yeah, we can add like these. I think that would be nice right behind the bench. This song is so catchy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Oh, we also have to have some mailboxes because I don't think they'll have like any inside the building. I kind of would prefer them to be outside. So this building, maybe we can give this building this mailbox because it also helps us hide how awkward this is right now. What the heck? I looked away to make my puppy, or to take my puppy out and fill out school paperwork and come back to this. It looks so good. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you're liking it so far. Yeah, I think the more we start adding like this little stuff around the building, the better it's gonna look. For sure, for sure. But let's see. Yeah, we'll add some mailboxes and stuff outside of the building. I think that's the way to go. Okay. Alright. And now I'm starting to think maybe we should add another little storefront type situation on this one. That could be kind of fun. And also it just looks nice. What kind of window? Maybe this one. Oh, dang it, it doesn't fit. That's usually my go-to. This window definitely works. And some type of little store sign, maybe? Do we have any others besides the bistro one? Because we already used that. I doubt it. We could do this one. This could be like a Thai place or something. Possibly. Maybe. I have to tool it out though. My sister. Hopefully you can't hear her. For her sake. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that now. We can have like a little food stand that's here. So yeah, let me tool it away from the building. I don't know if we'll stick with the sign. I like it, but I don't know where to place it. I think here is fine, but also it looks kind of... Maybe I need to make it bigger. Or I just need to play around with it. But now that I'm staring at it a little bit longer, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was. It's not too bad. So maybe we do keep it. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Maybe. Okay. Let's see. Any other things that I might want to add? Could we add an air conditioning unit? But that's not a thing, right? There's not, like, you don't really usually find AC units in, well, I know I'm speaking in general right now, but like European homes, right? That's just not something, right? Or am I wrong? Do some countries, in fact, have like these type of AC unit setups? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just gonna go with no for now. Flower boxes would look nice on the red building. The red flower boxes in a different swatch, maybe. That is true. So should we go red on red? Oh, that does look nice. Actually, that looks very nice. I guess we'll put some up here too. I still don't know how I feel about these windows. I'm still not 100% sure. Maybe it's the roof that's kind of throwing everything off. I don't know. Or what if we put some type of balcony set up? Would that be kind of dumb? Maybe. But we can try it. It kind of helps. A little bit. Oh, we have these awnings. Oh, did not know we had these. That's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Is it a bit too much? Because we do have a lot of awnings going on, though. Maybe. Maybe it's too much. I don't know. Let me add some more ivy though, because I like the look of this. How far do I want to crawl up though? Maybe just to here. I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think that's good enough for here. Okay. And yeah, I think... I don't know. I might just break down and end up switching out this door. I think the door is just throwing everything off. It's just throwing everything off. We have this door. Wait a minute. Did I not see this before? I don't know. I still feel like that doesn't really work. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Oops. Okay, there we go. Let's try the awning one more time. And then if that doesn't work, it just doesn't work. Where did I get the awning from? Oh, here it is. Do the Sims have wind chimes? I don't remember if they do or not, but a wind chime might look nice hanging from the balcony. We do have wind chimes. Also, do you think we should stick with the little balcony that I had before? Because I didn't know how I feel about it or how I felt about it, but it would be cool, I think, because personally I just like having balconies. Maybe we can go with these because these have like fairy lights, and sticking it out a bit, that actually doesn't look too bad versus having it equal with the wall beside it. So maybe Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. I thought the balcony was cute. Okay, we'll keep the balcony. I don't know. Do I keep this far out? Maybe I do. Just keep it one tile. So many decisions when you're building. Okay, but wind chimes. Wind chimes, wind chimes, wind chimes. Yep, we have wind chimes. It looks like we have a couple too. I thought we just had like one or two from that backyard kit. But we have a couple. We can put it right in the middle. What are the difference between these? Bamboo, aluminum or aluminium, and ceramic. These are the hanging ones. Okay, I think we stick with the aluminum ones. And we can keep it kind of off-centered. I was gonna put it in the middle, but I kind of like the thought of it being over here. Okay. Maybe we do keep it out here. Maybe. Because then we can do like some cute stuff. We can have like a chair and everything for people to sit. You might be saying, how are they going to sit? Because it's windows. But me, when it comes to things like this, I just teleport my Sims out here. Because I feel like it's kind of realistic. You know? If you have a spot like this and the window opens, you can just crawl through the window. That is a thing in real life. So we can make it a thing in The Sims. Well, we have a nice little seating space over here. We can put some those cute little plants from, I think, the Snowy Escape. I use those way too much. But honestly, they're some of the best in the game. These. And they fill up a space too. Okay, yeah, there we go. Honestly, it still is not realistic because now that all these plants are blocking the windows. So if you did have a Sim crawl out, they would have to like hop over that tree, which I guess is pretty awkward and not ideal. But I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to keep it. And we can have a nice little rug out here maybe. Something like that. Perfect. Perfect. That looks so good. I like that. Now I kind of want to have a balcony up here too. Let's just try it. There's no harm in trying it out. But then we have this roof that's very low. Let's see. More thinking. That doesn't look too bad. Cute. Thank you. I agree. I think it's very cute too. I have a feeling we'll have a lot of fun in this world. I think the last few worlds that we're working on for Doo-Doo, honestly, they might be, or they might end up becoming some of my favorites in the save. I think. I'm already starting to get that vibe. But you never know. You never know. Okay. I think we might just keep the balcony on the second floor. It feels like a bit too much to have balconies up here too. Unless we do just like a small one. Okay, wait, let's try that. Instead of giving them a full balcony, we might just give them a small one. Oops. there we go. Kind of like a tiered balcony situation. Let's see, how do I feel about that? I must add some underneath. I don't know. I think the reason that I'm unsure is because it does feel kind of busy in the front. It feels like we have a lot going on. If I do this many balconies. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that. Honestly, I don't really know. So maybe... maybe I just leave the balcony off for now. And yeah. But as of right now, I think this is looking really good. I'm happy with it. I'm a fan. And I think it fits in with the world pretty nicely as well. Alright, good job everyone. We did it. We finally broke ground when it comes to Nordhaven. And I think this is where I'm going to end the stream, because we've been going for what, like 3 hours, which is pretty good. Wait, have we been going for 3 hours? I can't remember which time I started at. Oh wait, no. Wait, 2 hours, right? I start streaming at 9. Oh, okay, so then we ended at usual time. Okay, that's cool. My bad, I forgot. It's been a long 2 days. Okay, anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you hanging out with me, helping me get some stuff done in my little doo-doo save file. And yeah, as always, I hope you guys have a good day, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this video or stream. And I'll probably be back next weekend, same time as always, Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. But until then, I will see you guys later. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you later.